What's up, everybody? My name is Pretzel Pete, and today I found this really fun game. It makes you practice limits. So, why have I never heard of it? So, I've been like grinding, and it's been really fun, but then I was like, maybe I should make a video on this and show you guys about the process of me failing, trying again, and redoing it over and over. So, let's start it, honestly. This is gonna be really fun. It looks really fun. I was just looking through all the levels. As you can see, it has helpful materials, like if you don't know something, it's super helpful. So let's get started. I'm probably gonna do like 0 to 5, and then I'll make another one doing 5 to 10. But let's start with Bandit level 0. So here we go. So to get in, we have to SSH into the box. So the way we do that is, well, it shows you right here. We do SSH Bandit 0 at. Then you need to specify the host name, and the host name is banditlabs.org and -p 2220 for the port number, and then the password for the first level is bandit0. So let's just read what we have to do today. The username is bandit0 and the password is bandit0. Once you're logged in, go to level 1 page to find out how to beat level 1. Ooh, let's do it. Okay, here we go. The password for the next level was stored in a file called README, located in the home directory. Use this password to log into Bandit1. Okay, so basically what we're doing is, every single time we log into a level, we try to find the password to the next level. So this is level 0 to level 1. So let's get started. There's a file, so let's just do ls-lh. Okay, this is file, and now let's chat that file. README. And then I'm using grep. Grep is a way to look for specific words in file. I'm gonna do grep, and then we're gonna just type in password. And there's a password to level 1. Now I am gonna make a mousepad. We'll do passwords. .txt to keep track of all the passwords because I'm not gonna know all of them. This is level 1. Okay, we got level 1's password right here. I'm just gonna hit enter a couple of times so I don't have to do that. Level 1. Now let's get into level 2. Figure out what level 2's password is. Okay, yeah, put that. Move that over. Control. I think it's Alt Shift S. Yes. Rename the terminal to mouse. Mousepad. Okay. Guys, I'm telling you, this is a fun game. So I only did a few levels, but I'm gonna show you what my commands are, why they work, and how they work in the level. So the first one, what I did was I chat the file. That's how you open the file in Linux. And I piped it to grep. And then we're saying do this first, then do this second. So we're saying then grep, and then look for a string or the word password in this file. Now, we could have also done just chat out. We could have just chatted out readme and see here's the password. I don't like all of this clutter, so the best way to do it is just chat out readme, type it to grep, and then look for a password. And there it is. Okay, next one. Let's get to level 2. SSH. So actually, I did figure out, hold on, SSH. You can do it this way, where you just exit out the level and then type in the level that you're going to enter into, like I did. But there's another way that is probably more useful than doing what I did, that I'll show you. So let's get level 2. level 2, I'm sorry, level 1 navigated to level 2. The path for the next level is stored in a file called dash, located in the home directory. Okay, here we go. Simple ls dash a for all, list everything in the directory, dash l for size, and dash h for human readable. Hit X. And here is our file, right here. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, I can just tab out this. Well, you can't. And the reason why you can't is because Linux thinks that you're doing like, it's an extension to an add-on. Like, you know when I did ls, come on, ls-a, you can see that this is an extension to this command ls. So we can't just tab out this. Now you're probably thinking, well then how do we open the file that's this? Well, the way to do that is we have to specify that we have to specify the absolute path. So let's talk about what the absolute path is in Linux is. Absolute path in Linux versus relative path. The core difference is, yes, absolute path always starts with this. So this is starting from your home directory. A relative path, let's see, where is it? Let me just do that. And like when I first did it, I struggled too because I had no idea what I was doing. But it's fun exploring how to figure it out, also why it works. The relative path is a file directory address that's calculated based on your current working directory. Okay, so the way to the way to get level 2's password is we have to tab out this file, but we have to specify that it's a file in this directory. So we do that by hitting the dot slash the file then. Now what we're saying is we want to concatenate in this directory, this file right here. And then if we hit enter, you can see we got the password. Now you're probably wondering why we can't just put it in a little string like this. Why can't we just do that? Well, again, it's the same thing as this. You cannot chat out this right here because Linux thinks this is an extension, which it's not. So if you ever see that, I know we're gonna probably get more of those, but if you ever see that, the way to chat out the file is just doing specifying that we want to chat out from this directory slash the file, and there's our password. Oops. Okay, and also I figured out that the best way to do this without having to like hit exit and then go to the next level, you can use a useful command called su. Now su stands for switch user. So we want to switch user to the next one, Bandit 2, and then put in the password that we found. Oh, that's embarrassing. Bandit 2. Did I not get the password? Let's try that again. SU Bandit 2. Uh, Oh well, that doesn't work. Then you just do SSH to the next level. Bandit 2. Put in the password that we found, and we are good. Okay, now level 3. Level three's password? Wait, sorry. Level 2 to level 3. Because, yep, we need to get to level 3. So the password for next level is stored in a file called spaces in this file name, located in the home directory. Okay, so let's just see. Where is that page? Okay, now this one right here, the way to cat out this file, again, you can see these spaces in between limits things that the separate words, so spaces. It's within the chat, let's just try dash dash spaces. We'll just copy this, and you're gonna see why it's not gonna work. But oops, yeah, see, you can see that argument is unexpected because it's only carrying out this right here, not this. And the reason why is because limits thinks this right here is a new. This right here is a new word, but it's not. So how do we cat out the file then? Well, again, we have to specify this directory, say quotation. If you know coding, you know if you put things in quotations, the literal strings, so that okay, this is not a good way to put it. Let me just show you what I mean. Right here, this is a code block. Okay, so anything in here is going to be catted as one right here. So we're saying cat this little string right here, the whole thing that's inside this. I want you to cat out. Now, there's a second way you can do this too. Let's just get the password so we have it. Put it in our notes. Copy that. Level 4. We're just gonna get all the way to level 5. But we are gonna do a next. We are gonna do another video on 5 through 10, which I'm super excited. I love learning. We're playing video games, so this is gonna be really fun. But let me show you another way to get this file. Again, if you need help, there's also, if you go here, you can read a little bit more about spaces in Linux. Mhm. Okay, you can see it's showing you that we can cat it out with a string right here, but we can also escape characters. So what's our escape character? It's the backslash. So let me show you. Let's cat out this again. And we're gonna do this. Since we won't do it here. Spaces that name. Oh, and if you hit the tab arrow, it automatically does it for you, but as you can see, what, what's going on here? Cat, we're using this command again, cat, this dot for the directory, and I want you to cat out this whole file right here. But you're wondering, what are these then? Well, these are backspaces, or backlashes, but basically what they do is, they, the way Linux interprets it, interprets this is they state the character. So this is actually, let me just show you. Okay, what it's doing is it's actually going like this, okay? Everything's still the same, but it's just deleting the spaces in between, so it's all one. So I hope that helped kind of, but I also you should also just read a little bit more about spaces in file names because it can help you understand why it does not work. But I hope that was a like easy understanding. Okay, let me see if I can do this now. Bandit 3. That's super weird. Again, three. Guys, I'm telling you, if you're learning limits, this is a really fun game to play. Like, I've been enjoying playing these. Okay, now we complete this one, we're on to level 3. The cache of the next level is stored in the file in here. Okay, let's see. Oh, another useful thing that I love that they do is they give you the commands that you're gonna need for this level. So the ls, which we always use, cd cat file and find. So let's just cd is in here. Weird. Ls dash. I always do this when I'm playing with sandboxes or any any game that involves Linux. Oh, okay. Now, before I even tell you how to get this one, can you figure it out? I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay. So before I show you, let's just try doing this. Why didn't you tab out this right here, but you couldn't tab out this? Or instead tab out this or this. Okay, you can see that the hyphenated here, but it's right here. To be honest with you can tell that these have spaces in between, and Linux reads this as an extension. There's a space in here. You can see there's no spaces in here. Now, I just want to see, can I just tab out doing the same thing we've been doing? Same thing once. So, you can do any, but don't know why. Um, And this is another thing, just learning why you can do one over another is just helpful for me in learning. What's it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, relative path here. So we're forcing Linux to look inside of here. So I kind of get it now. We're specifying that Linux needs to look inside this directory and this path, and then found it. Now we can also do this too, because there's no spaces. The thing to look out for is other spaces in between them. So you can do like is there a space in between here? or maybe hit, and it wouldn't work because we would have to either do we would either have to escape each character with a backslash before each one to escape the spaces in between. So like this, and then now that would work, but enough with me yapping. Let's skip the let's P and move on to the next level. Hide from you. Put that in my password. Move on to the next one. If you don't know, do some research. I I mean it. I had to do some research too while I was learning some of these commands, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's fun. Makes you really understand Linux better. Okay, we just have a few more left, and then that will be it for today. So let's go to level 4. The passive for next level is stored in the only human variable file. Okay, let's just see in here. Whoa, okay. I see we have many files, and we can see that the human variable because of the description down below, but now this is gonna take a while. Like, we're not gonna go around just carrying out file. Like, we're not gonna do that. It just takes too long. So how do we best go about this? Well, there's two ways. We can use the cat command, file, and then specify the first file, and then hit the asterisk key or the multiplication key. Now, what's this gonna do? It's gonna cat out this file, all of these files, because they contain the word file in it. Anything that contains file is gonna cat out. So watch. Oh wait, did I not? Oh, I missed something. See? Oh, here we go. And if you have like this gibberish, the way to fix it is you have to pipe it and then do strings on it. And there's your password right here. Now you're probably wondering, well, how did you get the password? Let me show you a second way to do this, and that's using the find command. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit find, okay? We're gonna specify this directory with a dot. Now we need to do type. Now if you're just running the find command, I'm just gonna do it here so we can run it together and type in the commands that we need. So we're gonna do find dot. Now we need to specify a type. Can we do that? Let's see. Oh, and what I did here was I used the help command. It's just a short way to give you a list of helpful commands you can do with the find, and then you can see that it specifies different things. We're looking for type, because we need to specify what we're looking for. Um, okay, here we go. Type dash type, and then we need to specify that it's file. Next, the thing that we need to do is, hmm, let me think a minute. We have a list. Why don't we just use this command, see if it works? It's about testing file. Okay, yeah, it knows that. So basically what I did was I just find this directory type this file, and you can see these are all files. Now we need to add a little bit more to this. So what else can we do? Well, it said, if we look back, it said it was human readable file. So why don't we just see if there's something we can do? Maybe we should do the readable command. Can we do that? find this directory, type, it's a file, and it's readable. Okay, now we can pass in some more arguments. Now, this one is a command that I'm gonna just, I'm just gonna show you what this does. So we're gonna do again, find this directory, type, file, and make it, it's a readable file. Then we're typing it. Think of this command as a looping command. So what it's gonna do is gonna loop through every single file to look for something out of the ordinary in the file. So if we hit enter, let's look at that. You can see right here, it found, if you look inside this one, and we run, you have that mumbo jumbo, you just run strings on it. Okay, nothing for us now. What about this one? Okay, can we run? Nothing. But what about this one? This is our command, this is our file right here that we're looking for. And there's our password. Now this is level 5 password. Hit save. Okay, let's just recap on what we just did there so you guys know. We have a bunch of files and we don't want to chat every single file to find which one has our password. So a shortcut we can do is we can do cat, specify the relative path, and we're saying this path right here, we need to specify that we want to cat out these files. So we need to do this for this directory and then the path. And then we specify a file, that file, 0, and then you hit asterisk key, enter, and then you will need to run strings on this because it's trying to cat out every single one of these files, and there's, as you can see, there's like some other files that have weird stuff in it. So you can see that our password is right here. Just using the cat command, we catted out every single file and then typed it to strings. Now the other way was our method with find. Find. Now I'm going to give you a few seconds. Can you figure out what the other extensions we did with find was? If you need help, always use the help page. You can do find. Oops. Use the find dash help, and then let's look through these commands. Okay, what was the first one we did? We did type. We need to specify the type of what we're looking for. So we do dot dash type file, and then we can specify that's a readable file. Type it to the. I just I don't really know what this means, but I know it's a way to loop through files. Let's just look it up honestly. What is this? And doing research is helpful. So it's a Unix command which can be used to build and execute commands from standard input. Okay, let's just see what below is the C program test.txt. Okay. Um, so basically the way I like to think of this command, do some research on it, but is we're looping through So we're finding the file, and we're gonna pipe it to this, and then we're gonna loop through each file in this directory. And you can see it's right here. So I hope that helped. So that's level 5. Is that level 5? No, we found level 5. We gotta test it out. SSH. And 5. Last one for today. Here we go. Did I not copy the file? Let's not copy the file. Maybe I accidentally. I think I accidentally hit the wrong one. Let's go back to this one. Make sure I got the right thing. Oh wait. What is going on now? Um, Sorry for the delay here. I'm trying to get the password again because I thought I had it, but I guess I didn't have it. Hmm. It's not the password. Okay. There's a password. No. You can find level 6 password. Here we go. On to level 5. This is probably going to be the last one for this video, but we will do a sit. We are going to keep moving through these because these are super fun to do, and it also gives you hands-on experience using Linux. Because if you want to do cybersecurity, you need to know Linux. So this is a really good tool that can help with that. So let's see what we need to do. The password for next level is stored somewhere under the in here, blah blah blah. Okay. It's not executable, size, and it's human readable. Okay. Let's see what they're talking about. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have a lot of directories here. Um, let's just cd into one of them. I'm curious what. No, that can't be it. This is not the password. Or maybe? No, it can't be. Okay, so now we're working with directories that have files inside of them. So now how do we look through each one of them to find what we're looking for that has the size of this? And you could, if you wanted to, just for like practicing moving around, you ls-al to list the size, and h for human readable, and you can check the size. But you have to do that for every single one of these, which is not time efficient. Oh, I just exited out of Bandit 5. Okay, so remember the commands you need to solve this level are right here. So let's just use them. We did ls, we did cd. We don't have to do cat because we have a bunch of files and we can't loop through all the files. Like, we can't cat out every single file because we can only do it inside that directory. So we're gonna have to use only one left is the find command. And the find command is very helpful. So we can do find again, and we need to specify the directory that we're gonna look inside, and this is this directory right here. Now we need to specify the type again, type, and it's a file, because, yep, right here, it specifies it's a file. Now we need to figure out how to do these. So let's look at our man pages again, or a help page, and we need to specify the size. So can we look to see, is there a place we can specify the size? Here, okay, we can use the dash size. Wow, they make it a lot easier than I thought. Size, now we need to specify the exact size, and that is 023C. So that's the size that we're looking for. So find this directory, type file, size, that is this size. Now we need to specify that's not an executable. Now what's an executable? So let's, before I do that, let me just show you what an executable looks like. If it has an X in front of it right here, you can see this one does not, but this one does. That means you can run the program if it was a program, but you can see some of these don't, some of these do. So that is what an executable is, but we're looking for a file that is not executable. So let's just go back to this. Now, how do we specify not executable? Let's look back at our page, our help page for find, and let's look to see if there's one that specifies not executable. So we do have executable, but we're trying to find not executable. So if we don't see it here, then we can do the extensive list, which you can use man, which stands for manual, and we're going to do manual and the find command. And let's see if we can specify executable. Okay, this is very extensive list. The way to look specifically for what you're looking for is to man, find, and use the grep command. The grep, remember, is to look for specific words inside of a file or directory. So we're going to do man for manual, that's our first command. We're going to find, and then we're going to grep for a certain word, and we're looking for not, okay, executable. It doesn't have that. Can I look? No. Okay. Oops. Oh, that's why. Spelled it wrong. No. Okay. No. Okay. So what we did was we were using the manual, the find command, and then our second argument was this one, grep, and then look for any words that have the word executable in it, and let's read through it. Okay, yep, we're looking for a file, and then we'll specify the path, which we're doing that directory. And you can see right here, we can invoke commands into it with not readable. So we can do the exclamation mark. Okay, if this isn't helpful, you can just look up the find command. And you can see that just looking stuff up is very helpful. You can see we can do the exclamation mark, not executable. So let's go back here to not executable, and now can you think of the last thing we have to do, because it's looking for it if we enter, it found it, right here, our file. Now if we do, let's just make sure that's the file we're looking for, ls-lah. Yep, look at the size on it. It's a not executable. This is the Bandit 5. That's what we're looking for. Now, the way I would have done this was, yeah, we did the command. What was it? Okay. I'm just gonna show you. My thought process when I did this was to find this directory, dash type, file. You can also, if you keep looking, you can also just specify not executable, and then XARGS, looking for a file inside every single directory, starting with Mayberry. This is what I did. Oh, wait. Which, yeah, this probably wasn't. I did have to. This is not really helpful, but this is what I thought the first time, and then I was like, oh wait, I can just use the find command. So then I just did the find dash type file. We just need this, not executable. And we didn't specify the size, did we? Yeah, we didn't specify the size. That's what the problem was. Size 10.0, I think it was it 33C. Right. Okay. So it did do this. We did do the same command. This and just doing this is both what you can see. Now, what I did with this one was I typed it and I was looping through every file in every directory to find this command. I'm sorry, this password. So now if we just tap password, there it is. And we save that to here. Hit save. Let's just make sure it's saved. Well, guys, I hope that was fun, entertaining, and if you're learning Linux, I highly recommend doing this, and we will keep going through these levels together, but this is part one, and we will go through all of them. There's so many levels. I think there's 36 levels. I was clicking through them to see how advanced they get, and they definitely get harder and harder, so, well, this was my take on it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video.